Okay, hello and welcome back, Squirrel Nation. I just finished my stream for today, so if you're interested in the gameplay type stuff, go check out the replay of the live stream. We played a bunch of auto chess and had fun. But now is our time with God. I just said my daily prayer, my personal prayers, and I follow that up by reading the Bible. And then when I read, like I said last time, I'm going to share something from my readings with you all today. And this is the message that stood out to me today. And, anyways, let's dive in. So, listening and doing. And this is James chapter 1, verse 19. My dear brothers and sisters, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. Because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. Therefore, get rid of all moral filth and the evil that is so prevalent, and humbly accept the word planted in you, which can save you. This resonates with me because I am somebody who does have an issue controlling my own tongue. I get upset and I want to lash out. I think a lot of people can relate to this. It's easy to control your anger when the world doesn't affect you, but actually it's a lot harder with people you are emotionally invested in. So like with me, it's my wife, right? It's very easy for me to control my temper with people outside my home, but with my wife, it's very hard for me to control it. And I want to be clear, when I'm talking about temper, I'm not talking about like violence, those type of things, but the type of temper where you lash out, right? If my wife maybe says something that hurts my feelings, it hurts my self-esteem, it hurts my pride, then that part of me that gets angry and it wants to attack her and it wants to hurt her and it wants to make her feel the way she's making me feel. For me, that's something I struggle with greatly, and every day I try not to do it. Right, I try my best. There's times, and something I've been doing for the last probably year or two now is with my life getting this darkness is when I get that feeling that builds up and I want to attack my wife, I just look her in the eye. I try to tell her, I've hit my limit. I wish I had more patience. I don't. I'm going to kind of do my own thing. I'm going to go into my own space for a while and try to recover. And when I go into my space, I really try to recover, right? I try to do breathing. I try to kind of think about what she's saying. I try to hear her words. I try to just reduce the anger inside me. And then once I do that, I try to go back and interact with her with a more healthy and just productive mindset. So this really stuck out to me. And following that up, God says, do not merely listen to the word and so deceive yourselves. Do what it says. Anyone who listens to the word but does not do what it says is like someone who looks at the face in a mirror and after looking at himself goes away and immediately forgets what he looks like. But whoever looks intently into the perfect law that gives freedom and continues in it, not forgetting what they have heard, but doing it, they will be blessed in what they do. So this kind of goes to yesterday, right? Every day when I read the Bible, there are things that it says that some of the things I know I'm doing, some of the things I know I'm not doing. So the ones that I'm doing, I want to continue to do. The ones that I'm not doing, I want to try to incorporate into my life. At the end of the day, I know I'm not perfect, and I'm not just everything's first time, first try. I get it, but I do try, right? Reading these daily, making these daily videos about my reading, daily prayer. I'm trying to slowly build these things. I want God's word. I want God's teachings to become a habit. I want them to live inside me, and I think that's what's being talked about. Another thing interesting about the mirror analogy to me is it kind of comes back to what I said before too, is a mirror reflects what is truly there, right? When I look in a mirror, I see myself. I see I'm wearing a beanie. I see my eyes. Maybe I look a little tired. I see, oh, I shaved today. It shows you reality. It shows you the reality of yourself when you look in a mirror. But I think a lot of people deceive themselves in that they look in a mirror and they ignore things that are blatantly obvious, right? Like maybe I have a pimple somewhere and I just kind of, oh, no, everything's perfectly normal. My skin looks great type of thing. A lot of times people lie to themselves, like in the pimple case, because they want to feel good. They want to feel they don't want to hurt their self confidence. They don't want to. They just want to feel strong. They want to feel at peace, so they lie to themselves. So I think a lot of times people lie to themselves. It's not even with bad intention. It's honestly self preservation. It's something just to feel good, and I think that's another part of this that resonates with me because this is an issue I have, especially when I'm dealing with somebody I truly love in my wife. Emotions get heated, and it's very hard for me to look at my own actions objectively and say, you know what, that was my bad, or you know what, I truly did my best there, and I think you're being unreasonable or something like that. But anyways, on to the last part. Those who consider themselves religious and yet do not keep a tight rein on their tongues deceive themselves, and their religion is worthless. And I'm going to end with this statement because I feel this just summarizes everything we talked about. And my wife example I've been giving you is no matter how much I read the Bible, no matter how much I pray to God, no matter how much His Word truly lives inside me, if I can't take those teachings and override that anger that lives inside me, that hurt, that upset feeling, and I can't suppress it, and I can't put goodness into the world, then I have failed Him. And there's another passage that I read that really strikes me in this regard, and God just basically says, you should not say anything that is not uplifting to another person, right? So that's some food for thought, and maybe that will be tomorrow's video. But that sticks with me. Whenever I open my mouth, it should be to uplift people and not to cut them down. So anyways, peace be with all you. I love you all, and I will talk to you tomorrow.